I have plenty of subwoofer questions, but will this be about subwoofers or LFE? And that's a brilliant question because subwoofers and LFE are not the same. LFE, as most people know, means low frequency effects, and that is an extra channel that is created in the studio. And Dolby and others created this to be independent from the other speakers. But it's very important that you see or you understand this really as an extra channel. It does not mean that the other speakers don't reproduce any bass. And we have a nice overview or graph about this, where you can actually see the frequency bandwidth of different channels. It's a bit simplified, but it's good to understand this here. And as you can see, the LFE, low frequency effects, does not mean that all the low frequencies are handled by the LFE. It is extra. And the mains and the surrounds can go down to 20 Hertz too. And if you take a movie like, for example, Oblivion or Moonfall, they really do. And you can also see that even the immersive channels can contain sound down to 40 Hertz. Not in many movies they do, but per specifications they can. So no matter what kind of subwoofer you choose, it really pays out to also make the main speakers and surround speakers as good as you can afford, because the LFE is separate and kind of extra. So do you need a subwoofer for these LFE? Well, chances are that you need it unless your main speakers and surround speakers are all very large floor standers, but chances are you need a subwoofer for that. So the subwoofer is perfect for that because it's designed to reproduce low frequencies, to reproduce bass. It usually has its own amplifier, so you have more amplification power as well in active subwoofers. So it makes a lot of sense to have this. On the other hand, subwoofer is sometimes easy to misunderstand the word as well, as it implies it's only meant to be for sub-bass frequencies. So we have another graph here, which I like to show you, which is again simplified, but that shows how, let's say on the studio side, on the mixing side, frequencies are named and treated. So you can see sub-bass in its very meaning, in its original meaning, is more frequencies between 20 and 40 Hertz. And then there's the bass up 40 Hertz and upwards, and then becomes the upper bass. So by that you can see that a subwoofer, you might understand that it's only for sub-bass, but as you saw in the LFE specifications, that's not the case. It can reach up to 80 Hertz in Dolby, and it can even reach up to 120 Hertz in DTS. So it will reach much higher, and it's not just a subwoofer for the sub-bass. And as we can see later, the subwoofer even has to carry a lot more than just the LFE.